Okay.
We're here with Isaiah Moisan.
Yeah. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Good.
I haven't seen you on the
good.
show.
I haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
We used to hang out all the time.
Last week.
Last week? Are you fucking
last
crazy?
month, I mean.
Yeah, like last month. But like there was a period there where we were hanging out like once a week.
We had a lot of
Oh,
movies
shit.
to binge
Yeah,
watch,
we were
man.
just binge watching. We did. Oh my God, Daniel. We
Yeah,
did
you were talking
so
about this.
many
You were
movies.
talking about the Lord of the Rings.
We did the Lord of the
episode.
Rings.
Yeah.
So like yeah, we like fucking. I want to talk a little bit about the Lord of the Rings though.
Okay.
But like we did the entire Star Wars saga,
What the fuck, you two?
right? Or no, did we stop after the prequels?
No, we did the whole.
We did all.
The whole thing.
Oh
and it was
my
the next
God.
day after.
The next day
it
we
was
finished the rest of
No,
it, yeah.
no, like it was we did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then the next day we did the
Yeah.
6 Star Wars movies.
What's wrong with
So
you
we
two?
didn't
How do
do-
you even... Bro, what the fuck? How'd you do that?
But we didn't do all 9. We did not do all 9. We
No,
didn't do
all
the
6.
sequels.
Just
yeah.
the 6, yeah.
Yeah, which was
still.
fucking. Oh
It was
my
more
God.
background music. I didn't really even pay attention till the 3rd
Yeah,
episode.
like the
Fair
last
enough.
20 minutes, like that big battle.
Are we
Yeah,
talking
the last
episode
thing.
3 or Return of the Jedi?
Episode
there?
3,
Oh, got
Yeah,
you.
Revenge
Okay.
of the
which
Sith.
is like an incredibly
Revenge of the
underrated
Sith.
movie.
Very much.
great,
Yeah.
I think that's a great movie.
Okay.
You know, a lot better than fucking The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my God. That's
I never even seen that one.
Don't. It's
don't
so
wanna-
Never
bad.
seen it?
It's
No, I
so
don't
bad,
wanna.
bro.
I think you
So
should just.
bad.
You may as well watch them all. I think.
Nah.
Maybe one day, but I'm in no rush to watch it.
Yeah,
Watch it.
nobody.
It'll be here forever, so
Yeah, exactly,
Oh,
right?
not
Like-
going anywhere.
So we did that. We did.
Yeah.
Then you came over to my house a few weeks ago. We did the Passion of the Christ, and
Yeah, you
we
talked
did
about
the
that one too.
first Planet of the Apes.
We were
but
supposed
didn't
to
even
watch all
it.
3.
Yeah, but we didn't do it.
There's only 3? Or are you talking about the new trilogy
The
there?
new trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you know what?
Okay.
I actually, after you left, I watched the what's the Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes, the '60s one.
Yeah.
Very different movies.
Oh, it's completely different. Yeah.
Very different movies. This was like they actually went to a different planet, or no, they weren't on a different planet, but it was like the apes had taken over at that
Yeah, they
point.
took
Yeah,
over
yeah.
completely.
It was meant
And
to
they
look like a
enslaved.
different
Don't
one.
they?
Yeah.
They enslaved the humans.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
thought they were on a different planet.
Yeah, that was the big twist.
Yeah, that was
right
the
at
twist,
the
is
end.
that
It
they
was
were
like,
on
oh,
Earth.
it's actually on Earth.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
ever see the Tim Burton one?
No, and I'm never going to.
I don't think I have
but
any interest.
The
in
ending
watching
is
that
just
movie.
so stupid.
What is it?
Abraham.
Mark Wahlberg's character thinks he
Oh,
made
yeah.
it back to the. Oh, I think he did make it back to the. I don't know if there was time travel or what, but he ends up going back to like Washington, and everything looks completely how it is. He gets up to the statue, and it's an ape. It's
The-
not
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln, but the
It's
exact
Abraham,
same kind of thing.
yeah.
So that means that there was the complete history that humans went through, apes went through also, which makes no sense.
It doesn't make any. Yeah, it's Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
It
that's
makes
kind of
no
fucking.
sense. This is garbage.
But yeah, so we did the Lord of the Rings. Daniel hasn't seen the Lord of the Rings.
Never.
But-
But I actually, okay, I saw
I'm
the
so
first
surprised,
one.
man. Yeah.
I know. I saw the first one back when I was a kid, and I fell asleep. So
That's
hear it. A lot
fair
of
enough.
people
When
do,
you're a
man.
kid,
I was 11, and it was I think like 12:30 at night, and I was watching it with my dad.
How about the Hobbits?
Oh yeah, no, I saw 1 and 2. Never saw 3 because I heard it was garbage.
I really
Worth
like.
watching if you're a fan of it, but it's not,
Not
like.
too much.
But
okay.
even those Hobbit movies, they don't compare to the.
They don't compare,
Lord of
but
the
I
Rings.
still like them. I still
Yeah,
really
I
enjoy
like
them.
Smog.
That's
I
like-
like Benedict
yeah.
Cumberbatch.
He's a
as
cool
that dragon.
character,
That was
yeah.
fucking cool.
But to be completely fair with all the fans of the Lord of the Rings, is
Yeah.
they went really wrong with the structure of those 3 movies. So like, by structure, I mean like they could have actually put those movies together a lot differently. I think it would have worked as one, like 4.5 hour movie.
The Hobbit.
Yes,
Weren't each of those like 3 hours though?
the extended editions,
Close to 3 hours.
but they didn't
Okay.
have to be originally. I don't know if you know this, but originally Guillermo del Toro was the director.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And he had to drop it for something, right? I don't think it was I don't think it was a studio disagreement.
Shape of Water. Oh my god.
No, he didn't drop it for The Shape of Water, but like
thank
he
God.
had to he had to drop the movies.
When did that come up?
2017.
Yeah, 2017, and it
Garbage
got
movie.
Best Picture.
Shape of Water was garbage?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen it, but
Don't.
I thought it was.
Honestly, man, it's not really worth a watch. It's
No.
just pretty.
You
You
know,
know,
I
you
think
know the
actually I
woman-
did start watching it, but it just lost my interest.
You know the girl fucks the fish about halfway through.
I've seen that scene.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
You know that chick fucks the fish, right?
That says it all right there.
Yeah, that
that's probably
says it
why
all.
it won the Oscar, man. It,
I thought it
won
was a
Best
really
Picture,
Picture.
dumb movie.
It won Best Picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for some reason. 3 Billboards should have taken it, man.
Should have.
Seriously,
We
that
talked
was a
about this
great
once
movie,
before
yeah.
on the show where
Yeah.
I think it was Tom's episode
Yeah.
where we I said that like I went to go see it with my girlfriend at the time, and she was all like fucking because she had already seen The Shape of Water. I went to take her to see 3 Billboards, right? Terrible date movie, by the way.
Oh my god, it was so bad of a date
But
movie.
we watched Three Billboards, and I immediately said that is just a great fucking movie. Like, that's a great movie, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, I think Shape of Water is going to take it. And I was like, you're insane.
Yeah,
right?
and then it did.
And it actually did, which just pissed me off, which eventually...
Made no sense, man.
Eventually, I think it was the fact that, I'm not taking any of the credit away from Guillermo del Toro, right? I think he did a good job. I think he did a better job with Pan's Labyrinth.
Of course he did.
And
I haven't seen that one.
that should have taken it, but the
Heard
difference
about
is that, like, Pan's Labyrinth didn't get the same recognition because of the fact that the Oscars for the last little while have been compensating for the fact that they have just incredibly racist behavior.
Yeah, it's really shown too.
Yeah, so
Recently.
it's like they obviously gave it to him because it would have been, it was just like somebody that wasn't the white guy, because Martin McDonagh was a white British fucking
Was he
filmmaker,
British?
right? Yeah, he's English, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or is he?
I don't fucking know.
I think he is.
You're more familiar with his work than I am.
Yeah, barely. But
Dumbass.
yeah,
No,
I've
I'm
only
just
seen a
kidding.
couple of his movies, right? The one that everybody everybody tells me is his best one is a movie called In Bruges.
I've heard of
Heard
that.
about that.
Yeah,
I've heard that title.
Colin
before.
Farrell and something Gleason, I think his name is.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. By no means did Shape of Water deserve the best picture of the year.
I have a quick question for you, Isaiah, though, while we're on the topic of like just movies that have won Best Picture and possibly good movies. I want to know what your favorite movie is. Like,
It varies. It keeps switching for me. It's
Okay.
Like sometimes it's right now it's Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah.
Because I seen it recently
Get a
and
little
I just remembered how amazing that movie is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not
Rocky was always like
that's
That's
a
a
great
loved
movie,
Rocky.
dude. That's a
Oh, yeah.
great
I've
movie.
never seen Rocky.
How have you never seen
What?
Rocky?
Any of them?
Well, the same. No.
I'll let you borrow it, man. Like
I'll
I have
take a look at it. Well, I'm sure I could find it without having to.
Oh, I'm
borrow
sure
it.
it's on YouTube, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well, I
everywhere.
know. I'd rather not pay for it, so I'll borrow it. But like, no, I think that the reason why I've avoided it is because of all the sequels.
Actually,
the
you know
sequels
what?
are good. I think.
Yeah,
I
the
like them.
sequels are good. And Creed 1. I haven't
It's
seen
really
2,
good.
but Creed 1 is
I
really
haven't
good.
seen-
Creed 2 was awesome.
I
Man.
haven't
Okay.
seen either of them.
Creed is a great. I remember seeing that in theaters, and I thought that was before I saw the first Rocky.
Yeah.
I saw Creed 1 first. I'm like, oh shit, this
The
is sick.
only Rocky that I find is like I don't think it's skippable by any means, especially if you're a Rocky fan. But Rocky 5 is a little.
Yeah.
I understand where they were going with it, though. They wanted to Sylvester wanted to put Rocky in a situation where he's broke again.
Yeah.
What
I
was
guess
the
you haven't
situation?
seen the movie.
You can go ahead and spoil.
Like why he got. Well, haven't you seen them all?
No, but do we really care about Rocky spoilers right now?
No.
No,
Yeah,
you
no.
can go right
Last
ahead.
one
he
came out
he
in
went
the
broke
90s.
because something with Paulie. You know Paulie, right?
No,
His
actually.
best friend.
Oh,
only friend.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
He did something with the money that made them go bankrupt.
Oh shit.
I don't remember what it was, but I just remember, yeah, it has something to do with Paulie, and he ended up moving back to the same place he was in the first one, where he was, pretty poor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was
Um,
just like the tough situation they
It
wanted.
was a tough
to...
situation. And then he was training Tommy Gunn, who was a real heavyweight champion.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's basically the story. It's like him mentoring Tommy.
It sounds
And
kind of boring.
It gets
Especially the way Isaiah just told us.
And the fight, there's not like a boxing fight. There's a street fight that he has with the kid Tommy.
Rocky
that
has
he's
a street fight.
with Tommy. What
What the fuck kind of movie
Which
is
movie
this?
is this?
Rocky 5.
Rocky
And then Rocky
5.
6.
So they made 6.
This guy says, "Hey man,
Rocky 6 is
5.
good though.
What
Rocky
the
6 is good.
fuck? And then Creed. So there's fucking 8 movies
It's
in the
about 8,
saga.
9.
They might be
movies
making
here.
Rocky 7. I heard.
Fuck off. Sylvester Stallone's like 72.
I know.
It's because he has.
Holy
It's because he
shit.
has no fucking ideas.
It's also because he takes steroids every day, man.
I know. Well,
You
sure.
got
but
it
like,
when you're Sylvester Stallone, man.
like-
yeah, true.
Creed.
You see the shit he's doing, all those action movies and shit. Like he has to take those steroids,
That's
man.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
okay.
Like, who expected him to be nominated for Creed?
You know, I'm kind of
He did
upset
good.
that he didn't take it, but also,
Didn't win?
yeah,
thought
wouldn't that
he
have been
did
cool?
win. Didn't he
No,
win
Sylvester.
somewhere?
No, he won a Golden Globe.
Yeah,
For
It would've been
best supporting
sick.
actor.
Yes.
yeah.
He didn't win the Oscar though. That year it was.
It was 2016, wasn't it, or 17?
So 2016.
Creed came out in
no,
2015.
17.
No, Creed came out in 15. So I'm pretty sure.
No, because Kimmel
Time
was
flies,
hosting when Stallone was.
There you go. You're on your phone checking it out.
Or shit, you might be right.
I think it's
actually.
2015, and then 2016 Oscars he was nominated.
Creed was 2015, so
Yeah.
2016. was Mark Rylance.
Oh, see, that's why it's such a huge upset. No one
Yeah.
remembers that.
Nobody
fucking
cares
performance.
about Mark Rylance.
But also, with Stallone, you're not really judging his performance in Creed rather than the whole Rocky saga for that award, right? So it's kind of an unfair battle there.
It
But
is.
Mark Rylance still shouldn't have gotten the fucking award
No.
because Mark Rylance is
And
not
then
that good.
in the running too was Mark Ruffalo.
For Spotlight.
Yeah, and I remember a lot of people making fucking memes about them saying Mark Rylance, and when they said Mark, and he was like,
Yeah.
it was so funny because this guy thought he won an Oscar. He was never gonna win the Oscar.
No, yeah.
When you win nothing all year and you get to the Oscars and you win, that's
Dude, you won the lottery.
that's seriously, that's just like what the fuck. But also, you're open for so many people saying, did he really deserve it? You
Yeah.
know? Like probably not.
Well, what about what other movies, Isaiah?
You know, I was going to mention because I was watching the podcast. I don't remember what episode, but I was going to bring this up. I agree.
Try to
with
talk
you.
into the mic, buddy. They
Oh,
can't hear you.
sorry,
You're
sorry.
talking to him.
I was going to bring this up because I was one of the episodes you guys had. You were talking about your favorite. You think for cinematography, The Revenant is amazing for that, and I
fuck
completely agree. I just watched that
sick, dude.
recently,
Yeah.
and
So
I think
beautiful.
that's probably one of the best cinematographies I've ever seen.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Dude, it's I would buy paintings. that look like that.
Absolutely.
I would buy frames of that movie, put them in a canvas. Even if it cost me $1,000, I would do it.
Yeah,
Did you
exactly.
guys
It's
know
beautiful.
that you know the little baby that Leo's holding, like his son
At the beginning of the
at
movie,
beginning? That was Cruz's cousin.
fuck off.
Here's the thing. I
Fuck
heard about this.
That's what I heard. That's what he told me.
The reason why I certainly believe it was because I heard about somebody auditioning in Saskatchewan, right? And not only is that his cousin, I'm sure it is, you know, but the person who plays the teenage version lived just outside of the reservation where my grandma's from.
Go fuck yourself.
And they
no way.
Well, they went and auditioned local actors, and they shot it in Alberta.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Right, and so they go to Saskatchewan. They audition a bunch of young Aboriginal actors, and most likely, when you're shooting it just outside of just in Alberta,
yeah.
you're gonna fucking go to Edmonton. You're gonna go to Saskatchewan. You know, like you're
my
gonna go to all those
God.
places, right?
Yeah,
And
man,
so,
yeah,
like,
it's
it's
awesome.
not impossible
so
to believe,
dope.
but it's the coolest thing in the world, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I couldn't believe it.
That
you
gets
know?
me so hyped, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
insane.
you know, I just
man.
watched that movie a couple weeks ago, and living in the city all my life makes me forget like there are so many beautiful places in Alberta.
Honestly,
like that.
that's what we were talking
We've
about.
said
yeah.
this on like 3 different shows,
But like
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
province is beautiful.
So
It's
gorgeous.
just for wilderness alone.
right? And you know
it's
what I keep seeing all
gorgeous,
over
man.
TikTok, right? Is everybody saying like, "This is why I live in the Netherlands," right? And they show
Yeah.
a bunch of photos of them walking through the
This
Netherlands.
looks like
and
Alberta.
it looks great, but you're right. It does have the same sort of like feel as just like mountaintops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? But then I finally, probably I think yesterday, or like just a couple days, like no more than a few days, was fucking this lady had posted on her TikTok that she's like, "This is why I live in Alberta." And
Oh,
so
shit.
this showed just gorgeous scenery, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking A, like we totally
Yeah.
take for granted the fact that we live in one of the most gorgeous places on planet Earth.
It's true, and we don't really register it as that. Because whenever
Seriously.
you hear about gorgeous places, you always think about somewhere you don't live.
Yeah.
Right? So like for us it's probably I don't know, something like for me personally Los Angeles. I like how beautiful Los Angeles is for a city. Wilderness wise, I like BC. I
Oh,
like the
gorgeous.
Netherlands.
Or
I
yeah,
like-
Banff.
Just
Yeah,
the drive,
Banff.
just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drive alone
Yeah.
to Banff is beautiful.
Oh my god, exactly. But we live in Alberta and it's a really beautiful province.
It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Cruz's cousin though, I can't get over
I
that.
know,
That's
that's pretty
fucking
crazy.
dope.
but fucking, I went to like just this little retreat with my sister, right? We went with our school,
Yeah.
and we went we went hiking. I forget where it is. I'm pretty sure it was still in Alberta, right? But we went and we camped for about 3 days, and we went for a big long hike up this mountain, and we saw water running through the Rockies, right? And the guy fucking said that you can drink this water. And
No
I
way.
filled up my
Yeah,
water
mountain
bottle,
water.
and it was clear as day.
Oh my
It was
god,
the most
man.
gorgeous water. It was cold as ice. It was gorgeous, right? A lot better than the water I can get out of my fucking tap at home,
It's pretty weird,
Yeah.
isn't it?
right? It's just
Well, it's mountain water.
garbage.
Yeah.
I was watching it was like a YouTube video. It was like where you would want to be in an apocalypse in Canada, and Alberta was the place to be because of the mountain water we have. We wouldn't run out of water.
Yeah, that's true. What
It's
about
great.
BC though?
I don't remember
BC
where
has a
BC
lot of-
was.
BC has a lot of
I think
mountain
BC was
water.
up there, but Alberta was number one.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, our province is just so beautiful, and I wish more movies were filmed here, man. Because most movies are filmed in Vancouver, BC in general. But
Yeah.
we have great we have great scenery
Gorgeous,
too.
gorgeous.
It's fantastic.
And like the one thing though is
Yeah.
that nobody really takes advantage of it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody like every time people are shooting these short films, they shoot it.
They shoot it on White Ave.
Yeah, and they're on White Ave in their fucking basement.
Yeah, well, it also depends on the context of the story.
So let's talk about.
Well,
this.
yeah. Speaking of basements.
Yeah, let's talk about some.
about,
Let's talk about some basement movies. So Isaiah,
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah and his buddy made this short film. Can we pull it up on the show?
Oh yeah, we can pull it up.
Yeah,
on the show,
are we gonna take
Are you
down the
okay with
lights?
Oh yeah, man, go for
He's
it.
okay with that.
That's
Yeah.
why it's up there.
Are we gonna take down the lights?
that? Sure. If you're good with that, yeah.
Of course, I'm good with it.
Yeah,
Cool.
let's watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right
Okay,
now.
we're gonna take a look at it. How
So-
long is the movie?
5 minutes.
5
minutes?
Okay, we're gonna take
5, 6
5
minutes.
minutes to watch this movie.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one of
Okay,
my
yeah.
favorites.
It's
So,
so funny.
So yeah, Isaiah, please indulge us while I get this uploaded.
Yeah.
What your thought process about making this fucking movie was, and why did you make it?
Like,
Well-
what the fuck was going through your head? Just kidding. No, I'm joking.
I think I was just hanging out with EJ and Maziro, and I think Maziro suggested it. He just wanted to do something. We were just bored around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was really into acting. I was like, I still have an agent, but I'm not really into acting at the moment. But back then, I was down for any kind of acting. So
Mhm.
Okay.
Will they
it's
be
all
able
for
to
fun.
hear the movie?
It's all
Oh,
for
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
all
a
fun.
stupid freaking.
Well, of course, it's all for fun. Like
Fun
that's
little skit.
that's another thing. Like we just brought it up because we really wanted to
Yeah.
watch it on the show.
Yeah.
But
The thought process though is just
the fact is
what
that
can we do right now?
if
Right.
you want to make a movie and you want to make it now, fuck it, whip out your iPhone and do it.
Yeah. fair
Everyone's
enough.
capable of making one on their iPhone.
Also, you know what? Instead of turning down the lights, we'll keep it on. So what I'll do is I'll just cut it. I'll cut the video into the podcast.
Can you do
edit.
that?
Oh yeah. Are you good with that?
What?
If I just like put the video in the edit?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff?
go for it.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay.
It's based on a true story and it's rated R.
Rated R. Yeah.
All right.
Can we turn it up a little bit?
Yeah. I like the squeaking door.
Yeah. Get some WD-40 on that fucking thing.
Whose house was this filmed?
It's mine.
Is your house?
Yeah.
11:09 p.m. Okay. Yo.
Yeah, wait, pause
Yo,
it.
yo, yo. Pause.
Pause
Okay.
it.
So a question that Colt and I have had for a long time is that you guys rated the movie R, right?
Yeah.
Why do you censor yourself?
I got no idea. I got no idea. I had no.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there when he edited it. I mean, you look at the credits, man. My name is spelled 3 different ways.
Also,
So, I don't know.
where did you edit it?
I think Maziro just edited it on a phone on an app.
On his
Yeah,
phone? Yeah,
on
iMovie.
iMovie. Yeah, iMovie with
probably,
that.
yeah.
But I also really want to say I love the 11:09 p.m. and the Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna just
It's
fucking
gonna age wonderfully.
Yeah.
I'm like, you, man. And then he came out and he stood up. And like, you owe me a double double. I'm like, you. And then I grabbed a coffee pot and slammed it over his head. Dude, he's
Who's recording this?
cold.
EJ.
Oh shit. Okay. 2 hour later.
2 hour later. Tommy Wiseau, 2 hours
Hour
later.
later. 2 hour later. And your joint just rolled up paper, like it's literally not even. It's like a piece of paper you.
It's not
fucking
smoking, it's
got,
just a rolled up.
you just got out of your fucking school notebook.
You guys listen to sleep. I can't go home. You know how she is.
Who is she? I want to know the lore.
I still don't know who she is.
Girlfriend. I want to know the lore.
His
Yeah.
mom.
It's up to the viewer.
It's up to the viewer.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, the futon. It's a futon, bro.
Yeah.
Bam! Let's go, man. Here it comes.
Yeah, this is it.
What an asshole! What a
What a
terrible-
shitty host.
And then I said,
No,
be
literally,
gra-
I've been
I
over
said,
at his house.
Be
he
grateful,
forces me to
motherfucker.
use all of
You
his
said,
shirts.
wait, you said be
After
grateful,
you,
motherfucker?
yeah, I said be grateful, motherfucker.
light on, okay?
You guys are spooning?
And it makes the funniest thing is I said keep the light on. I'm scared
2
of the
hour
dark.
later.
I'm scared of the dark, but
Yeah, what the fuck? Also, what time is it on that clock there? I saw that there's a clock in the back there behind the
I think
McFlurry.
11 something.
11:29. All this happened in 20 minutes. They got really high and had to pass out immediately.
McFlurry.
Come on, man. Fuck, I told y'all to get that shit.
And he didn't censor the F word right there.
Yeah. Your hair?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa! What the fuck?
Crazy.
And then you guys just decide to stop censoring.
Yeah, I guess you got lazy.
Yeah, I got lazy in the edit.
Bob's head's fucking decapitated.
This is my favorite. One of my favorite parts here. Was that a real fall?
No,
No,
that wasn't a real
yeah,
fall.
I improvised that.
I improvised.
I see.
That was an acting choice.
And you say you're a fucking loony.
Yeah.
Oh man, the door. And this guy doesn't know how to put his shoes on properly.
Yeah.
Solid audio. Solid audio.
Yeah.
And you know they fucked this shot up. You guys fucked this shot up many times.
Oh, yeah.
Or here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. And wait. Now go. And then EJ just starts walking.
Yeah.
That's
we
amazing.
want to get EJ in there somehow,
Well, of course,
so this
man.
is how we get it. This is how we
EJ's
get
a
it.
great guy. He deserves to be in Bad Dream.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was EJ in this situation, I'd be scared.
Yeah. I'd be a little creeped out if I seen somebody running around.
I wonder what the people in that car were thinking. Like, oh shit.
It was a Japanese kung fu movie all along.
All
It was set in Japan. It was set in Japan the entire time.
Oh,
Let's see this. So
shit.
there's how it's actually spelt.
It might have been the other skit, but I think it was this one. There was one of. Let's see.
I think this is just how it ends, man. Truth be told, I haven't gotten this far.
Oh really?
No, I've
This is
seen
the most
the whole
important
thing.
part.
I've seen the whole thing. I'm
You
joking.
asshole.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It must have been that Inglorious Bastards skit that we did then.
What was up with the Inglourious Bastards one?
Same thing. Just bored one day and thought we'd reenact that
Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards.
We got about 4 minutes left of the first cut
4
here.
minutes. That was like why? Like here's the thing though. I love the fact because I've been in the same position where like there was this one time where I had just bought like some like lenses for iPhone on Amazon.
Oh, yeah,
Right? I just bought like a few different lenses, right? And I wanted to try it all out. And so I had EJ and Isaiah come over,
Oh, shit.
right?
Okay.
And we had shot, I think, 4 minutes just outside of my apartment at the time, right? I lived,
yeah, I
I lived
remember
just
that.
off White Ave.
I see.
And we did a very similar thing where it was... like, it was just what I was thinking of at the time, you know? I don't know if it was made before or after, but
Well,
if it was made after, I'm going to sue you. But, no. No. Well, we
It was
did...
supposed to be like when we were making it because we had the idea to make that one short film at your uncle's
Yeah.
place, and this was supposed to be like a prelude
Yeah.
Oh,
to
shit.
that which we would
Oh,
eventually
gee,
spill.
it's so smoky in here.
Oh, yeah, it's smoky.
Like, this is going to look fucking terrible. But whatever. This is how we do it. But,
That's how we roll, man.
so yeah, what it was, yeah, we only have a few minutes, but I had
2:30.
I had made a little short film with the new lenses that I got, right? I just bought a bunch of weird ones, big wide lenses and stuff.
Like the phone lenses, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we had a similar thing where, but a little different, where it was the guy was on his phone, you know, and he had walked out he had started walking into his apartment building, right? Which we did across the road from my apartment. And I shot him walking through the parking lot, you know, just a few little tracking shots of him walking through, just to see how it looked, you know, to see if the lenses were useful. Then we did this thing where I put EJ, I
I
think.
thought it might have been Christian. Are you sure it wasn't Christian who was filming?
Oh, it was? No, wasn't it EJ? I shot it.
Yeah, and I felt like it was Christian.
I'm pretty sure it was EJ. Anyway,
It doesn't
one of the
matter.
two.
They did
Damn.
the same shit.
One of the two. Isaiah, was it you who got on the bike?
I don't remember. This
Okay,
was like
this
so
guy's-
long ago.
Yeah,
Fucked
so
up
we
when
had
you
one of
filming.
these guys get on a bike, on a little dirt bike, right?
Yeah.
And we had them we didn't own the dirt bike too. We used a total stranger's dirt bike.
What the fuck?
And we didn't fucking drive away, but we had him sit on the dirt bike. And I just cut it after somebody starts running after him from behind him, and then I cut it. The same general situation as that.
Oh,
but
shit.
yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about the stuff that you and I have actually done, stuff that you and I have talked about. And yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a little break. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back.
Okay. We left off with back in business. We left off with
Talking about what you and Isaiah were.
So we
on.
had done. So Isaiah, for like a period there while we were in high school specifically, we like sat down and talked about like things that we'd like to make, you know. And the first thing that we had decided on was, I think it was a movie called Temporary Euphoria, which is just an asshole title. Like, I've always wanted to change that title. I came up with the title. I wrote it, right?
Right.
So like the movie's written. That's the thing, is that everything that Isaiah and I have done, like An Addiction and Temporary Euphoria. An Addiction was the second one that we had wanted to do. And they're both, like, I wrote both and I did finish most of it. Temporary Euphoria is done. That can be made, you know, but who knows if it'll ever be
like
made.
the writing
you know?
is done of it.
Yeah. Like
okay. Yeah.
But An Addiction I never finished. But
Okay.
there was, mainly what it was with Temporary Euphoria, it was a movie that Caitlin Carter and I talked about, right? We originally wanted to make it as a one-act play.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it would work like it was just like a party hangout like play at first, with just a series of, you know, debates that people can relate to, you know, like we just wrote a bunch of crazy shit, you know.
Okay.
And eventually what happens is, just the reason why we wanted to write it was because Caitlin told me about a party that she went to where halfway through the party some guy runs in after being stabbed.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it just changed the whole mood of the whole fucking party.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Right? And it made it this kind of movie where I thought, that sounds fun. You know, I was like, that actually, like, that doesn't sound fun, but like the movie would sound fun. I was like,
oh shit,
yo, this is sick, bro. Let's go. No.
Yeah, no,
That's
like,
some fucking battle scars right there.
yeah. No, the movie sounded fun, so I pitched it to Caitlin. Well, like, I pitched the idea of writing it as a one.
Writing it as a one act. Okay.
She, you know, she was she wanted to, and I started writing it. I took so long that eventually we just forgot about it. And then I pitched it to Isaiah as a short film.
Gotcha.
Right? And so I finished writing it, and honestly, I finished it a couple of months ago.
Oh.
That was about a year and a half of writing.
Oh my god.
Right?
How long is it?
I didn't know it took that long.
Because I wouldn't write it for I would only write for a month and then quit writing for 6 months.
Right.
Right?
I remember
So-
you actually brought it up to me a couple times now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
And so, like, what was your question though?
well, actually, I forget.
Okay, that's fine.
Honestly,
But yeah, we like, I spent so much time writing it. I love the premise of the movie. I actually am really happy with the movie. But I said this to Daniel last time, that I don't have much of a story when I write those movies. You know, there's not a lot of a story. And mainly what it is that I'm relying on people liking the characters. You know, so it's not a movie that will necessarily keep people engaged unless they learn to love the characters, that's why it's so hard for me to write them, because it's so much character development, right? And it's so hard to keep characters interesting in 20 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
That's why sitcoms have 20-minute segments, but they do 20-minute episodes, but they do 11 seasons.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because it's hard to really capture the characters in such little time, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
And so I eventually would scrap all these movies. But yes, the first one that we talked about was Temporary Euphoria, which was that movie about all these people having a fantastic time, that, like, just the greatest day of their lives.
Okay.
And then these people get mugged, and they come to the party because they were supposed to bring the booze. Right? They come to a party after they have no booze on them, and they said they just got mugged at a party. They leave, and I don't even actually want to say the rest of the movie because
it sounds already pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun, you know. That's what it is. That it's actually a fun movie, and it's nothing. The one thing that I talked about with a lot of those student films is that all these young directors are trying to make things that are weird, and I'm not always impressed with people just putting crazy fucking like psychedelic sequences. Not necessarily psychedelic, but
no, but I see what you mean. Like
using
they're
strange concepts to make a movie.
Yeah, and they're also very over reliant on visual effects rather than more important things like a story and character.
Exactly.
Character development and stuff.
I don't mean to interrupt because I know you guys you're about to go into about like what you two have wanted to work on. But I want to ask you, Isaiah, like, have you been wanting to make anything recently? Because I know back in high school you really did want to make a lot of movies, and I don't know if that spark is still there for you or not.
No, not really. It's
No?
kind of faded away, especially
Yeah?
with COVID. Because I was like I was getting auditions after auditions. When COVID happened, especially since COVID's last for a year.
Yeah,
I just found
been over a year now.
other things that I got more interested in.
Yeah, fair enough. I
Like,
mean, that's what happens, you know, with
I
like time
switch up.
passing and you know, the
Other things I want to
circumstances.
pursue and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I mean, I would still do acting and stuff, but I'm more just interested in doing it with like friends and
Okay.
stuff, not really making a career of it anymore.
So, like, what if let's say out of nowhere, COVID disappeared tomorrow and your agent contacted you? Would you want to go back to it, or are you like, no?
I
That's
still
a-
have
that's a
that
good question.
agent, and I've had like a couple auditions during COVID, but I don't want to. I used to just do anything my agent gave me. And now I'm at the point where it's like, if it's not something I really want to do, like I won't do it. Like I won't even bother auditioning for it. So that's how much.
I see.
So
It's more
here's
just
where-
a hobby at this point. Before I used to really take it as a serious career, and I wanted to
Yeah.
pursue a lot.
Here's what I'm going
I
to say
see.
to that.
Yeah.
I think that that's fair. If you don't
For
like
sure.
it, don't do it.
yeah,
What I will say though is that there's a point where, like, people like you and me, Daniel, is like we put ourselves in a position where we want to be able to make something great, right?
yeah,
But not a lot of us ever consider the fact that it might be more important to just prove that you can do it at all.
it's true. Yeah,
You know,
it's very true.
So like, there's a lot of these young kids, us included, not separating ourselves from them, that we think that we're capable of doing it, but we only want to do it in the capacity that we think we're capable at our highest.
Right.
You know, but I've gotten to a point, you know, over the last year
Yeah.
where I realized that some of it is not only like I said this in an episode we talked about making short films, right? And I said this in an episode where I think that we shouldn't do it unless we know that it's going to be good, which is true. But knowing that it's going to be good doesn't mean that it actually is.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that thought these movies were going to be good, that knew these movies were going to be good, and they were fucking wrong.
Yeah, they're bad.
So the fact is that none of us know how good we are because of the fact that none of us have ever actually went out and just fucking did it, right?
Yeah.
If we're
Yeah.
I'm saying like in that case, I'm at a point where it's like, let's just go out and do it. But let's only just go out and do it as long as we know that we have a screenplay and the screenplay is worth it. You know?
I understand that, but for me, it's weird because I'm kind of nitpicky when it comes to my own work. Like, if I were to personally see, like, let's say this cup, for instance, I have saturation levels, color grading all right. If that cup looks a bit off to me, I'll be pissed at that shot. You know what I mean? I'm a bit nitpicky at my own work. So I feel like if I were to make my own short film tomorrow, screenplay is ready to go, and I started shooting, I feel like I wouldn't be too happy with it, which also isn't fair at all because we can't afford high quality equipment.
That
We
might
can't
be
afford
most
this.
artists. I feel like most artists probably are never satisfied 100% with their work.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like there's always even if like the movie's amazing, I think probably the best directors in the world probably still critique their
That's
own
true.
work.
And this was
That's
something
true.
that Daniel and I talked about with in the I think it was the Birdman episode where
That sounds right. Yeah.
I said that I've never seen a perfect movie. I've never seen a
Yeah.
10 out of 10,
Yeah.
right?
You think it's possible?
Of course I think it's possible,
Like
but
you
that will
never-
also, the thing is though, is that that'll be to my own standards,
Hmm.
right? I think the Grand Budapest Hotel is a great movie. I saw it with a few people who thought it was treacherous crap. You know, like just shit, you know?
I like to talk to those people because I don't like that movie.
Yeah, exactly, right? I love that movie. I think it's fantastic, you know? I will not say that it's a 10 out of 10. I probably won't say that it's a 9 out of 10, you know? But I will say that it's great. Okay? And there's a lot of movies that I've given an 8 or a 7 that I also think are great because of the way that I can relate to them. Which is back to the idea which is straight back to the way that I write those movies that Isaiah and I have thought about, which is just sitting down, hashing out these characters, and putting it great to the standards where we actually think that the characters are relatable. Okay, that's incredibly important. No matter what story you have, your characters need to be relatable. And another point that I went back to in one of those episodes was that the characters are only relatable in your own mind. They might not be relatable as soon as you give it to an actor.
That's true.
You know, you give these sequences. Fuck, I always use the word sequences. But you give these lines to an actor, give these lines to a crappy actor, they might not be able to pull it off. And all of a sudden your lines have been butchered, and not only have they been butchered, but they've been demoralized to the point where you all of a sudden don't know if they're any good. The reason why I say that, not that I've ever given my lines to an actor, but I've read lines that I thought were great, doing plays and stuff. And so I've read an entire play and thought that was a great line, and heard another actor read those lines and they weren't very good at all. And it's like, is that my fault for thinking they were great lines, or his fault for shitting on the line?
Yeah, that's hard to say. Yeah, because when I was acting, my view of acting is it doesn't really matter. My job is to bring the character that the director or the writer made to life. So I have to. If you're seeing it in a certain way, I mean, the director should have an idea of how these lines should sound, right? So I think it would be on the actor's part if he's not delivering them the way you have it in your head.
Yeah.
You know.
And how did you like prepare for a performance? Like besides reading lines, did you? Because I know some actors like they listen to playlists to get in the mindset of a character. Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
Something around the lines of that?
No, I think it was kind of really just rehearsing the lines, and then when the time comes, I'm in character, and then it's
Okay.
So
it's showtime.
I want to
That's
talk a little bit about that, right? So like I did a play with Caitlin Carter. We want to have Caitlin Carter on the show one day to talk about this. But
Yeah.
I did a play with Caitlin Carter in high school, right? And it was me, Cole Durnford, and Landon Nesbitt. Okay, Landon Nesbitt played this guy. He was just a drug dealer. He was this big mafioso motherfucker, right? And he didn't do a bad job. Not by any means did he do a bad job. But one thing that he did, which always like confused me a little bit, right, was that he had chosen a specific way of getting into character, which was listening to a playlist. He had created a playlist that was about half hour, 20 minutes long, maybe even longer. You know, I don't know how, but he only listened to it for about half hour, 20 minutes, right? And every rehearsal that we did, and even before every show, he would listen to this playlist, and we would leave him alone. We would let him do whatever he's doing, you know? And I never went that far, you know? I always thought that I might be a little bit more, because the characters in this play were very natural characters. There was no real acting that not real
No,
acting.
I see what you mean.
But there was no like, we're not playing the fucking Joker. We don't need to change. We don't need to change ourselves that much. You know,
Right.
we just need to deliver these lines as naturally as possible and as genuinely as possible. And he was not that guy. He was not the guy that he was playing. Me, I was pretty similar to the character that I was playing. To be completely honest, I didn't like the character that I was playing. Like, I didn't like him as a person. You know, when you read his character, I think that he's a bit of a pussy, you know?
Okay.
But I would deliver those lines as naturally as possible, still emulating the fact that I could be this guy.
Right.
You know? But I never went as far as staying in character, getting in character before the show. All of the like, you know, progression leading up to the shows that we did live, where I would just dress as him. That was all it was.
I see. Okay.
And one thing that actually helped me, which I never thought it would, was that Caitlin used to do this thing where, because we were bums, right? So we had to grow our hair for a month before we did the show. Okay? So it wasn't that long, but it was long enough, you know, so that it looked like we haven't had a haircut in a while. And she would run grease. She would take all vegetable oil and run it through our hair.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
Me and Cole, not Landon's character, the drug dealer. And it really helped because all of a sudden I felt physically involved in the character. And that's something that fucking, I remember, like, just as a little prick, like, actor, I remember hearing Johnny Depp talk about where he said there was no method work involved. As soon as he's in costume, he's in character.
Who,
Right.
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a couple. Christian Bale says the same thing. He says, like, he does the
He's
most
not a method actor. Everybody thinks he's a method actor, but he's not.
Well, he says the similar things. He goes through the most ridiculous body changes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like from the machinist, and then I think 5 months later he packed on 100
Is
plus
it machinist
pounds.
or machinist?
Machinist.
Machinist, okay, yeah.
Machinist. So he was like
He was
190,
118.
118.
He was
pounds.
118 to
then
200 and I think 50.
I was
for
one-
begins,
I
for
was
Batman.
Yeah, and that was only
150?
5 months
Like,
later.
what the fuck is that, right?
I was
That's insane.
150 in the 7th grade. What
50 in the
the
70s.
fuck?
And this guy's a grown man, like 30 years old. For the machinist,
Oh,
right?
machinist. He was older than 30. He was 35.
So yeah, I see what you're saying.
What are you
Well,
saying,
this is
What
crazy.
I'm saying is, he says the same similar things. Like he says no director has ever told him to get into these this kind of shape. He says he does it because once he does it, he looks in the mirror and now he is that character. You know, like he feels the character, he feels what how that character feels, and it helps him get more when he has like the physical body and the physical feeling of how this character feels. He can get into the mental state of this this character as well.
I
It
see what
totally
you're
helps.
saying.
You know what's
So-
a perfect example of that, but in my opinion, taken way too far, is Adrian Brody in The Pianist.
I've never seen it.
They had that on Netflix. I was
Yeah,
thinking
I've-
check
it
out.
is
I
on
haven't
Netflix.
watched
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna watch
It
that.
is on Netflix. I've never seen the movie, but the actual, like, all the stuff said about his performance that he's spoken about, that the director and everybody spoke about. Actually, not the director. He's been blacklisted for a while, that director.
Oh, okay.
But
Who's the director?
Roman Polanski.
Oh
What did
shit.
he do?
No.
What did he do
Because
wrong?
I heard the name and I know he did something, but I don't know the.
It was
I
an
don't know
old
what
case that
happened.
came back to him later in life, but it was apparently like a statutory rape kind of deal. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
also-
not good.
Familiar.
No,
not
no
good.
good. Yeah, it was just nonsense, right? Like not nonsense, but it's just like what an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking. It's just.
But so he made the.
he made the pianist,
The Pianist,
right?
yeah.
Adrian Brody to get into character as I forget his name.
The Pianist.
As the pianist, to get in character as
It's
the
in the
pianist.
title, bro.
Yeah, fucking. No, I remember too, like just saying that he was on a talk show and stuff, and he was like, the guy was introducing Adrian Brody. He was like, his new film is The Pianist. The Pianist. He was like, not the fuck whatever you were thinking. He was like, it's The Pianist. But
But yeah, what did he do to get in
he
character?
sold his car, sold his house, broke up with his girlfriend,
Holy smokes.
dropped everything important to him in his life, and then he went and played the character.
That's just lame.
Like, it's not, I won't say it's lame, I'd say that it's just commitment taken way too far.
But then
Yeah,
again, I
that's
can't really
just-
say like as actors. Like I think Daniel Day-Lewis is an amazing actor, but I think in my personal opinion, the shit he does is ridiculous. But I wouldn't say that he's like wrong or anything for doing it, or it's not because to him, that's like he says that's what makes him happy to do the job. That's what he looks forward to doing. So, same thing with Adrian Brody.
Adrian
Adrian
Jabroni.
he probably genuinely enjoyed doing that, and that's what makes him do it. So I don't know.
He's said publicly that he didn't enjoy any of it.
Then I got no idea why.
Yeah.
Why he would
What
do
I'll
that.
tell you,
What the fuck would you do?
it's really simple why he did it, is that he wanted to be as in character as humanly possible.
No, it's because
right?
he wanted the Academy Award.
For sure.
That's
Yeah,
why
there
he
you go.
fucking
For sure.
did
That's
it.
motivation.
You know, and the
He
reason
got
why
it,
you
right?
know that is because he's never gone that far with another character, nor has he ever been nominated again.
Of
And he
course.
did win the Academy Award for that performance,
Of course he did.
right?
So it worked out.
But here's the deal. The difference between him and Daniel Day-Lewis is that Daniel Day-Lewis was very specific in the way that he stayed in character. Okay? He did very crazy shit. But he always separated the character from his actual life. He immersed himself in the character, his body alone and his mind alone.
But he didn't break relationships.
He never
and stuff.
did anything towards his personal life. He has children and he has a wife and stuff. He never disregarded them.
I see.
You know, so but the one thing that another reason why he retired was because not only was he sick and tired of it,
His wife.
but he said his wife was sick and tired of him coming home to whatever character he was playing,
Oh, I see. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so it's like when he played Lincoln, they shot for however many months, probably 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I remember hearing about like 3, 4.
Yeah, and he said after he had won his Academy Award, there's a little backstage area that you go to and talk to the press after you win.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to take a long break after this one. He took a 6-year break
Yeah.
after he did that movie.
And then he did Phantom Thread, didn't he?
Yes.
And that was
Yeah.
last.
Yes, that
No,
was
that
his
was
last
about
one.
3 years ago now. 2018.
Yeah, but that was his last one. Yeah.
I
See
see.
that?
No, I didn't. I heard it was good
Seen
though.
it? It was alright.
But yeah,
Very simple.
he would do things that put himself in character, but he never cut ties with his own reality.
Right.
And like my favorite fucking story about Daniel Day-Lewis being in character and like in the middle of shooting, they said, was it true? One of these people asked, is it true that Daniel Day-Lewis, somebody brought a phone on set when he played Lincoln, and is it true that he was confused about the phone? And the girl that played Mary Todd Lincoln, Sally Field. She's also a method actor.
Yeah.
Not the same kind of method actor.
No,
but
but still
a method actor. She stays in character, right? And she was like, "No, me and Daniel were texting each other, but we were texting each other in character."
Yeah.
And I was like, "See, you're not giving up your life, but you are staying in character. You know, that's the difference." Adrian Brody gave up life and just played the character. Here's the thing that pisses me off, though. He only did it once.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
And it's like, if you're gonna commit, fucking commit. You know,
If you want to be a method actor,
Yeah.
be a
well,
actor.
some are good, some are bad. Like a good example of a terrible method actor, Jared Leto as the Joker, sending used condoms to
Well,
Will
apparently
Smith
he said he's never done that. Like there was an interview with him. He did an interview when you talk about like they do it a lot. I forget what YouTube channel it is, but it's when they talk about their most iconic roles. And
Yeah.
he's like explaining it.
Variety or something
and
like that.
Yeah, maybe. And then when Joker came on, he's like, I never sent condoms to Margot Robbie. I sent her like a muffin. And then
What the fuck?
like
That's
I sent her
very
like a
different.
chocolate muffin or something, and then condoms came out.
What about the story? I'm
normal
pretty
stuff.
sure I heard Viola Davis say in one
Yeah,
of her
Viola
interviews
Davis, like, said
said
that
that at the
happened.
table read, he sent them all. He sent to the table read, didn't show up to the table read, and sent them a dead pig.
Yeah, I heard about that, but he never mentioned that. But he just said the condom one. He never sent any condoms.
Jared
Viola
Leto's weird
Davis
enough
said
to
it
do
happened, so it's
Jared
like,
Leto's weird
yeah.
enough to do that.
yeah, I think he's also weird enough to deny it.
Yeah,
You know,
but I sent her a muffin.
Have you guys
Yeah,
have you guys heard of The Little Things?
No.
It's a movie.
sounds familiar.
It's up this year for like it's a contender this year, right?
Okay.
It's not bad. It's Denzel Washington leads the movie.
Okay.
And he's playing some kind of psycho, Jared Leto, right? He's playing some kind of psycho, and I heard it wasn't bad at all. I heard that Jared Leto actually kind of showed some chops.
He's not
right?
a bad actor.
You ever
just
see,
I don't
like,
think he's a
I
bad
can't- I
actor.
can never say like that. Dyer's
Dallas Buyers.
Dallas
Buyers
Buyers
Club.
Club,
He
yeah.
did pretty good in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, he did great in that. Me and him were talking about this. We went to a pub earlier, and we were talking about it. You came to the pub, but we were talking in the pub before you showed up that he was actually great in that movie,
Yeah.
but he hasn't shown in his recent work why he was so great.
I know he's playing Morpheus. Like, come on, man. Pick
Yeah.
better roles. you know?
Exactly. There's a point where it's just like Morpheus and what? You mean fucking Matrix?
No, the
No.
vampire, the
The
living
Spider-Man
vampire,
vampire guy.
the living vampire, or I think that's what
You
it's
ever
called,
heard
the
about
living
that?
I haven't the slightest idea what you guys are talking
It's
about.
just-
we'll
it's
show
just
the
a
trailer after we're done
yeah.
recording. But yeah, he's playing a vampire called Morpheus that's connected to Spider-Man.
Really?
At the end, they
yeah.
had Michael
Michael Keaton's in the trailer
Michael
too.
Keane's.
He's gonna be in Morpheus. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you like him in 2024, is it?
I haven't seen that.
No.
Blade Runner?
Oh,
No, no, no.
2049.
2049.
He was okay in that movie. He was just Jared Leto.
What about
Oh.
Requiem for a Dream? Have you guys
I've never
that?
seen it, but
I've seen
I
that recently. That's a
heard
weird
it's
movie,
fucking
man.
good.
The thing is that a lot
It's
of
a
people,
weird
well,
movie.
Darren Aronofsky makes weird.
Yeah,
fucking
he's
movies.
fucking weird director, man.
And like, I remember seeing it was like while I was doing that play, it was me,
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, Cole, Landon, and Julia, who is the assistant director on the movie, on the play,
Mm-hmm.
and we went and saw Mother,
I've seen
Oh
that. That's-
fuck!
which was Darren's new movie.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
It
a
was
weird one, dude.
strange movie. You'd probably love it. Have
I've
you
seen
seen
it.
it?
I've seen it.
It's a good one, but it's
It's just a
fucking weird.
it's a retelling of the story of mainly the Old Testament leading into the
new.
birth of Christ,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Well, it's all he did was he implemented the garden story,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
then he
which is the Old Testament.
He implemented. Well, it's the first book in Genesis, but the things with Mother Earth and all that stuff is nowhere in there. So he added a lot of stuff, and then
Genesis
I don't remember
the
any
Old
Jesus references. It's part. Yeah, that story is from the Old Testament.
So
but,
yeah,
like,
that's what.
that
Not
one-
the whole Old Testament. The book is fucking 600 pages
No,
long.
the book of Genesis. Yeah, that's what he was.
Yes,
he
and so
used that aspect.
yeah.
but like the whole mother thing and
and
that's
here's
fine.
another
Interesting.
here's another
Yeah.
thing that there's a few parts where he went wrong. First of all, I have to say right now that the first 20 minutes, half an hour of the movie are fantastic. I love the first half an hour of that
Yeah.
movie. I love it. Right?
Yeah.
Then he gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
Then he
by
does
the
some
ending,
crazy
by
shit,
the ending,
right?
it's like, whoa.
He leads like he like
The
poses
baby gets
a
ripped apart.
Oh fuck, that's like, oh my god. But so he got carried away, and the one thing that really pissed me off was that it was like a writer going method where he had written the movie in 7 days so that he
Fuck,
could
really?
sort of like recreate the idea of God creating the earth in 7 days, right? He was trying to implement as many different like ways of putting, she was trying to incorporate every method of that story in one movie, and the one point where he went wrong was writing it in 7 days.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Well, Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky in 3 days.
Jesus fucking Christ, no. And didn't it win?
It won.
It won screenplay.
That's fucked up.
He didn't, but oh wait, no. So then it didn't win screenplay. It won picture.
He won Best Picture. And
Holy shit.
yeah, he wrote it in 3 days in his apartment.
So we're almost done here.
In his
One thing I will say is that I just rewatched one of our old episodes with Tom. Okay, and I said that Oliver Stone directed True Romance.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Oh shit.
Oliver Stone directed a different adaptation of Quentin Tarantino's work. He not adaptation. He directed a different movie written by Quentin Tarantino called Natural Born Killers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a much different movie. I just wanted to even that out because when I rewatched that episode and I realized I was wrong, I was like, fuck. And as soon as I said Oliver Stone directed True Romance, Daniel gave me credit and was like, this kid and his knowledge. And I realized I was wrong.
That's like the one time you're wrong. And
exactly.
Literally right.
And one time somebody gives me credit is the time that I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Not that I'm
funny.
not consistently wrong. But yeah, I wanted to say that for all of our viewers. Don't fucking
You're a
swear
bitch,
at me.
Colton. No, I'm
Don't
joking.
swear at me.
How dare you get the director wrong?
I got the director wrong. Anyway, I say thanks so much for coming, buddy.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, man,
We really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I think
And you're welcome back anytime, of course.
man.
absolutely.
Seriously.
Absolutely, I'd love to come back.
Oh, sick.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, all that shit.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Do you have any final words to say for anybody?
No, I got nothing.
Nothing?
I got nothing really to add.
Fair enough. Fair
Alright.
enough.
Well, we'll
Thanks
see you
for
guys
watching.
next week.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
See you guys
watching.
next week. All right.
Take care.